What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, day 2 of the incredible 30-day challenge, where we try to upload every single day of this month, which is going to be November. It's November 2nd right now, second day. It's a Wednesday, and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. I sure did enjoy making it, but today I want to talk about one of the most requested videos on my channel in general. Actually, is going to be about abs. I got a lot of messages, I got a lot of emails, I got a lot of tweets about how to get a six-pack abs, or how do you get abs, or how can I get abs, or whatever. So I'm also going to go over 4 of my favorite exercises for abs. Firstly, I want to talk about a lot of the guys, especially the guys who are sending me those questions, are usually a little bit younger, like 14 to 17 years old. And I do understand that. I do understand why you want a six-pack abs. Myself included at that age really wanted the six-pack abs. For some reason, it is cool to have the six-pack abs. So I do understand it. To get a six-pack, it's not really hard because everyone has one. But just some guys have it covered with a little bit more body fat than others, and some guys are just genetically gifted with some symmetrical abs or like a good midsection. So a couple things go into the abs. It's not just training, because a lot of guys, how can I train to get abs? While the diet is the most important thing if you really want abs. So if you're really going for abs and you don't have them because you are a little bit more higher body fat, then you have to diet down to actually see the abs, because you have to understand that everyone has abs. Like, it's a muscle in your, like, everyone has arms, like almost everyone, I'm sorry, but everyone has a bicep muscle when they get born. Everyone has a tricep muscle when they get born, and everyone has abdominal muscles when they are born. So everyone has abs, but you just have to have them so they are visible, and that's where you guys want to. It's not really about training that much as it is about the diet and how to get them visible. When I was younger, like 14, 15, I was really skinny, as I said, so I had abs, as I don't really count them as abs because they're just, they weren't really developed. So you can actually develop them more, but just when you are skinny, you probably have abs. I did try a lot of different ways to train abs. I did non-weighted stuff, I did weighted stuff, I did every single day, I did like 2 or 3 times a week, or I didn't train them at all for a while. And honestly, in my experience so far, it doesn't really matter that much, because if you are lifting with different exercises as well, like squats, overhead presses, or deadlifts, you already are implementing some abdominal muscles, because basically that's the core stability, that the whole abdominal section, the whole core, you are using when running, when doing deadlifts, when doing squats as well. So let's just talk about 4 of my favorite abdominal exercises to isolate them in the gym. So the first one are going to be Russian twists. Now, as you can see me doing here, I have my feet against something to really keep my balance, because for some reason I can get my balance with this exercise, but I do feel like it doesn't really make a difference when doing this exercise, just because this exercise is more focused on the obliques and more of the twisting areas of the abdominals, so more of the sides, than doing more of the midsection of the abs, which in this case, when doing Russian twist, doesn't really make a difference if you have your feet against the wall or in the air. Have a little bit of a difference, of course, in the full ab section, how it's being worked, because you're obviously balancing, and that also helps with developing the ab muscles. But if you really want to isolate the obliques, for example, or the serratus, it doesn't really make a difference if you do it against a wall or something like that. The second exercise I really like doing is a weighted exercise. So that means you actually add weight to the movement, which is going to be the cable crunch exercise. And this exercise is really nice, but you have to do it in a correct way, because it can be a little bit of a difficult exercise when you've never done it before. So what you want to do is get a rope. When you did that, choose a weight that suits you. Don't go too light, because if it's too light, you don't get the resistance upwards, and it makes it very difficult to do the exercise. So what you want to do is keep your arms in one locked position, and then go with your elbows, go to your knees. In that way, you really crunch the abdominals, and you're really gonna feel in the midsection of the abdominals, the lower and the upper abs, if you do it correctly. What also is really important when training abs is make sure you breathe correctly. When you crunch, you really want to breathe out and make sure you don't have any air left in you. That way you're going to feel the best way in your abs, and you can really squeeze the abs together. So breathe out when you crunch, like breathe all your air out, and then when you are going upwards, you breathe air in. So you're making sure you're stretching your whole midsection, and then do it the same thing again. The third exercise is a very, very easy exercise and something I love doing and do on a regular basis is the plank. The plank is obviously a very good exercise to do for core stability and just in general for ab strength. This is a very easy exercise. I don't want to really talk about it too much. I usually do this 3 or 4 sets and then a minute to 2 minutes. If you do it often, you're obviously going to train yourself to be able to perform it for a much longer time. I think the world record is like 17 hours or something stupid like that, which is crazy, but 1 to 2 minutes is probably gonna have you struggle a little bit. What you also can do if you really want to get crazy is add some weight on your lower back so it's extra heavy for you to keep up. And the fourth and final exercise is something you see me do so many times in videos, is the hanging leg raises. I like this exercise a lot because I can really feel it and it's really, really hard. This you can really feel in your lower abs depending on how you do it. So for example, if you do a straight leg raise, you're really going to feel in the lower part of the abdominals. If you do it a little bit with bended legs and you bring your knees to your nipples, you can also really feel it in the upper abs. It depends on how you do the movement. So yeah, those were 4 of my favorite exercises for abs to do. I really hope you enjoyed it. As always, guys, if your abs are not visible, you got them, but you just need to diet down to a body fat level that you can actually see your abs. So don't be alarmed if you don't have abs, because everyone has abs, but it's a very common mistake to think that you have to just train abs to get abs, when in fact, it's actually just body fat. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow I'm going to record a vlog, so I hope you are going to be enjoying that too, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Deuces. Leave a like, by the way, on this video. You should really like this video.